But first, we begin with Hunter Biden and the 9 charges he's facing, including allegations of felony tax evasion. The White House is not commenting on the case. An indictment unsealed late Thursday accuses the president's son of a 4-year scheme to avoid paying more than $1 million in taxes to the IRS, despite having the money to do so. Prosecutors allege he used that money to support an extreme lifestyle, including drugs, escorts, luxury hotels, exotic cars, and more. If convicted, he could face up to 17 years in prison.
Leaving the White House for campaign stops in California.
Any comment on the new charges against your son?
President Biden ignored questions about his son's felony and misdemeanor tax charges. The 56-page indictment details an alleged 4-year scheme to avoid paying at least $1.4 million in federal taxes. Hunter Biden is charged with 9 counts, including tax evasion. And special counsel David Weiss included eye-popping details about Biden's alleged spending. $1.6 million in cash from ATM withdrawals, $683,000 in payments to various women, and $39,000 for home help, cleaning, and child care.
This is a serious indictment.
Tom Dupree is a former senior Justice Department official.
This indictment reads like an accounting ledger of vice, and the prosecutors spell out in gory, painful detail exactly how Hunter Biden was spending his money, and it doesn't look good.
The indictment calls Hunter Biden a lobbyist, consultant, and business person, and alleges he earned millions for work with the Ukrainian energy firm Burisma, a Chinese energy firm CEFC, and other foreign businesses.
More charges could be possible.
In a statement, Hunter Biden's lawyer said, based on the facts and the law, if Hunter's last name was anything other than Biden, the charges would not have been brought. In a podcast recorded before the indictment, Hunter Biden blamed Republicans for much of his legal trouble.
They're trying to kill me, knowing that it will be a pain greater than my father could be able to handle, and so therefore destroying a presidency in that way.
Let's bring in Timothy Parlatore. He's a managing partner at the Parlatore Law Group. Tim, you've been through this 56-page indictment. What stands out?
The level of detail. You know, a tax case is something that's normally, it's a document-heavy case. It's bank records, and it's really usually an open and shut type of a case. You don't have to have this level of detail in an indictment. But, you know, you could write this thing in 6 pages. And, you know, the fact that they went on for so much and all of the details of, you know, of the custody disputes and everything else, I mean, it's very significant, you know, and I think that it really sets the tone for this case.
There's one section here that caught my attention, page 16. I just want to get your response to it. It says, notably in 2020, well after he had regained his sobriety and when he finally filed his outstanding 2016, 2017, and 2018 tax forms, the defendant did not direct any payments toward his tax liabilities for each of those years. Why is this issue of when he was sober so important to the case?
That is really going to be one of the central issues here because, you know, tax cases, it really comes down to willfulness and state of mind because you can't really dispute what the bank records show. You can't dispute, I mean, he filed his taxes and self-reported that amount, you know, as unpaid. So really it's going to go to, did he willfully fail to pay it? And undoubtedly he's going to try and say, you know, I had all these other things going on. I was, you know, under the influence, and that's the reason I didn't pay it. And so right there, by putting that sentence in there about sobriety, he's trying to cut off the potential defense before he can even raise it.
Are more charges possible in this case? What caught my attention is that they describe him as a lobbyist,
right.
And then there's a little bit of detail about his work for Burisma, the energy company in Ukraine, CEFC, the Chinese firm, among others.
It does seem to be kind of a setup for something bigger, something like a FARA case. And of course, a FARA case could involve other people. So this is the type of thing that it could be a shot across the bow of putting all this out there, not going for every single charge, and really trying to squeeze him to cooperate and to provide information against other people.
And for a layperson, FARA is the Foreign Agents Registration Act, and it does what?
So if you are doing lobbying efforts on behalf of a foreign government, so, you know, with his, you know, Chinese or Ukrainian issues, or the Romanian, he has to register with DOJ as a foreign agent. And it is something that, you know, it has been litigated a lot. It's one of those things that DOJ loves to prosecute people for, is failure to register as a foreign agent.
And just in the final few seconds, with this indictment, he's also under subpoena to appear on Capitol Hill next week for a closed-door interview as part of the impeachment inquiry. Does this indictment change that?
Oh, it changes everything. You know, a few days ago, he had a gun case. And so he could talk around that and just plead the fifth to the gun charges. Now that he's under indictment for this broad-ranging conduct, anybody, that listens to their lawyer is going to go in there and plead the fifth to everything. And so I think it totally changes what the expectations of next week are.
Timothy Parlatore, thank you for your legal analysis.